Do your hands get tired and cramp up halfway through playing your favorite bass line? As a bass player, lacking stamina like this really kills your confidence. But after 16 years of teaching bassists professionally at all levels, I can show you one thing that will help you fix this fast and finally let you play your favorite music without the struggle. So let me show you how this fix will unlock incredible stamina in your playing, how you can use that stamina to master your favorite bass line. But first, you've got to understand why your hands keep giving out mid-song, because if you don't fix this, every song you ever play is going to feel like a massive uphill struggle. So why do your hands keep giving out mid-song? Well, imagine driving a car with the brakes on. You'd quickly burn through fuel, you'd wear out the parts, and everything would feel much harder than it should. This is exactly what most bassists are doing. It's why your hands tense up, it's why your fingers feel like they're working overtime, and it's usually why your technique will start to fall apart. Now, to fix the car, it's easy. You just take the brakes off, and your hands will work in exactly the same way. Here's how to take the brakes off your plucking hand in simple steps. I walk through this stamina fix step by step in my technique workshop, so if you want a fully structured guide rather than figuring everything out yourself, check out the links below. But the short version is, your hands have two main muscle groups, one that controls your fingers and one that controls your thumb. But when your thumb locks like this, those muscle groups conflict and it works against your fingers. When you play with your thumb resting on the pickup or holding the weight of your hand, you're locking in tension and putting the brakes on in exactly the same way. This makes your hand tire out really fast. And this is why your hands are giving out mid-song. Now you know what's causing your hands to give out, let me show you how you can fix it and build a technique that takes the brakes off for good. So what's the first step? Well, let's go back to our car metaphor for a second. Imagine a race between two cars. Car A has got the brakes on, and car B has got the brakes off. Which one wins? Now, this isn't a trick question, I promise. Of course, it's car B. The reason being, it's got the brakes off and it's working the way the car was designed to work. When most bass players play, they anchor their thumb on the string below and then move their hands as one locked unit. That feels stable, but it creates tension because it locks your thumb muscles and they start fighting your fingers. The fix? Don't stop anchoring your thumb. Just change how you do it. Here's how to do that in 2 simple steps. Instead of jamming your thumb onto the string or pickup, let it bend forward slightly like this. When you bend the thumb like this, you're using it in the way the hand wants to work. So you can have your thumb in that position and still move your fingers really fast and freely like this. Step 2 is to utilize that thumb position as you start plucking the strings. Your thumb can still move and touch the string below, it can still be on the pickup, but because it's moving in a better way, it's now relaxed and it's not locking up your whole hand. That small change takes all the tension out, frees up your fingers, and gives your hand the stamina to play fluidly without fighting itself. Next is where all of this really pays off and comes together. Because to prove that this isn't all just nice sounding theory, I'm going to show you how you can use this exact technique to play one of the songs that used to wear your hands out. And the song we'll use as an example is What Is Hip by Tower of Power. So why is this song such a beast to play? First, the tempo is pretty fast. That alone is a big challenge. There's also a lot of syncopations, which can be quite difficult to articulate. Then it's packed with a constant stream of 16th notes, so your fingers are always moving and they always have to be playing notes that sound tight and clean. Then add to that, there's the length of the song. The recorded version is just over 5 minutes, so no breaks, no recovery. It is an absolute killer. So let me show you how you can apply this technique and master this song. Start by letting your hand relax completely, bringing it over to the bass like this at a slight angle, then let your fingers rest naturally across the strings, and most importantly, let your thumb stay relaxed and slightly bent as it naturally wants to be. That bend is key. It allows your thumb to stay in position without locking or interfering with your fingers. Then find a nice position where your thumb can rest on the outside edge of the strings or of the pickup so that your hand feels anchored, but your thumb isn't locked into position like it was before. Now, before diving right into the song, it might be an idea to just start playing these 16th notes on one string or on one note to get used to this hand position. Now, if you do feel tension building up, stop. But if it's not painful and just feels a little bit awkward, then don't worry. A lot of students in the workshop felt exactly the same way, but that's just because the technique was new to them and it will take a bit of time to master it. Your focus isn't necessarily speed. It's really being conscious of keeping your hand in that relaxed position. Once you've done that and it all starts to feel natural, you can focus on increasing the tempo, expanding the amount of time you play, and here is what that should look like once you put all those things together. So now you've learnt the technique, but without a clear practice pathway to follow, everything you've just learned could disappear fast. So what pathway should you follow? After teaching over 500 bassists of all levels over the last 16 years, I've noticed something. The ones that became the most confident and consistent players that progressed the most all had 9 habits in common. And I've done a video where I break down exactly what these 9 habits are so you can follow the exact same pathway as them. So click up here to watch that next.